is brought to you by Kenneth Nugent. From the station that's on your side, this is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Well, it's down to the wire to find gifts in time for the holidays. We're on your side with where you still have a chance to get a gift on Christmas Eve. Plus, volunteers are getting ready for a huge community dinner at the Master's Table Soup Kitchen. Why this year is so special to volunteers, that's coming up. And it's been cold and it's been windy. Our weather team has issued
gusting to 31 miles per hour. On top of that, it feels like 20 in Aiken, but 7 in Washington. We'll talk more about some bitterly cold temperatures sticking around in your full forecast.
Thanks, Mikkel. Strong winds caused damage in some parts of the CSRA today. This was a scene on Martintown Road this morning when a tree fell into the road. Wind was one of the primary concerns throughout the day today. The other main concern is the cold. News 12's Craig Allison talked to an HVAC company about the best ways to help your system keep up with the dropping temperatures.
It was my birthday present from my husband because my birthday is December 20th, so it's a big week.
Christy Beckham and her family have lived at this iconic house on Green Street for 13 years, and they always go all out for the holidays. A lot of work, but a home she takes pride in.
The house is built 1899 and still has the original windows and a lot of those things, so it's not energy efficient, and it is not a warm home in the coldest of days.
It's prep work that started back on Thanksgiving, something that Chris Thatcher can relate to.
We get a lot of calls nowadays, or right now, hey, we need you to come service and maintenance our unit, and now's not the time to do that. A couple of months ago was the time to do that.
He's been involved as a contractor for 30 years and with Polar Mech Heating and Cooling for the past 15. He says the number one line of defense is your home's filters and routine maintenance. Past that, he says you should keep your heat pumps on emergency heat with below freezing temps. Have a carbon monoxide detector for your gas heater, and close any foundation vents your home has to avoid freezing underneath.
Do yourself a favor. In the springs and in the falls, before it gets hot and before it gets cold, call us.
In the CSRA, Craig Allison, on your side.
And Chris also checked out our list of tips and tricks to keep your home warm. He approves of that, so make sure you go to wrdw.com for this weekend's cold wave. And for more information on how to stay safe during the cold weather this weekend, visit the Winter Safety tab on our website and our app. You can find it right there on the front page. Well, it seems like hundreds of people were out and about doing some last-minute shopping today, with a lot of places closing early for Christmas Eve tomorrow. It truly is the final stretch to find that perfect gift. Our Maria Sellers is out talking to the procrastinators who are on the hunt for the perfect last-minute gifts.
Well, it is getting down to the wire for getting those last-minute Christmas gifts, and local stores like here at Swank have seen a rush of people getting in that last-minute shopping. I spoke to shoppers here and other places who tell me how they're braving the cold to get those last-minute gifts.
I got a Carhartt on, so I don't know. I don't really feel too bad.
It's windy, but I don't mind the cold that much.
I run to the car.
I can't feel my hands.
For some, last-minute shopping is a tradition in any weather.
It's the best way. You put it off, and then last second, it's like a test. You don't study for a test a week in advance, right? No.
I don't like getting out shopping at all, so really just always wait till the last minute.
If you can get the president for the deadline, why not?
We also checked at Target, where it was a mix of some chronic last-minute shoppers and some who say Christmas came quick.
Normally I am done at least either before or after Thanksgiving. It's like yesterday was Thanksgiving and then today is Christmas.
Are y'all doing any last-minute Christmas shopping as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that something y'all do every year? While some break the crowds at the department stores, others say when it comes to last-minute shopping, local is the way to go.
Easy, just going out to stores. I know here they have a lot of good choices for dishes and stuff, so I came here. It's easy. We walked in 5 minutes, grabbed something, we're out. Quick and easy.
In Columbia County, Maria Sellers on your side.
And for those of you who need last-minute gifts, some stores that will be open with reduced hours tomorrow. Target is open 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Walmart is open until 6 p.m. Costco is open 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Publix will be open until 7 p.m. and Kroger's hours will vary by store, so be sure to check that before you head out to one of their stores. And the owner of Stay Social Tap and Table in Evans announced it will be closing down next week for good. After losing a bid to keep its liquor license, owner Renee Hayjack says she plans to close for good next Friday, December 30th. Columbia County leaders voted to revoke her liquor license after reports found a majority of her revenue was coming from alcohol, violating an ordinance. Well, volunteers at Golden Harvest have been working hard on preparing a weekend's worth of holiday dinners for people in need. News 12's Nick Veland stopped by the Master's Table, where they're looking forward to having the first indoor dinner since the start of the pandemic.
Temperatures are dropping, winds gusting outside, but inside in this room here at the Master's Table, people are prepping to feed those in need, looking for a meal over this holiday season. Food all ready to go. After hours of prepping for the holiday rush, the Master's Table Soup Kitchen in downtown Augusta is ready.
We are doing what we can do to service the community and to make sure that no one goes unfed.
LaDonna Dolman has been with the Master's Soup Kitchen for 4 years, helping to get those in the area a meal. She sees the difference her team is making the second the ones they serve come in the door.
Appreciate that. When they come inside the building and they see all the volunteers, they get so overwhelmed and so happy because they feel like someone cares, and that matters.
Serving food inside, especially on days like today, cannot be taken for granted. Once the pandemic hit, they had to serve outside. But now things are changing.
So we just recently did our first Easter, our first Thanksgiving, and now we are doing our first Christmas back inside the building. So we are so excited about this 2022 Christmas.
The year has moved on. The demand for food has grown as they went from serving 5,200 trays in October to 5,600 in November. And the way that things are going, Dolman says, the demand isn't stopping anytime soon.
A gallon of milk is $2.80. A loaf of bread now is $3.59. And if you go inside the grocery store now, some of the aisles are empty. So you know that there's a need of food. And through Golden Harvest, we are changing lives.
And this building isn't just utilized over the holiday season. They're serving meals every day from 11 a.m. until noon to help those in the community. In Augusta, Nick Veland on your side.
Thanks, Nick. Students in Columbia County had the chance to spend the day shopping with the deputy. The sheriff's office has been hosting the event for 20 years now. Law enforcement officers from several other agencies, including GSP and Grovetown Police, are also a part of the program. Officers volunteer their time to shop with students using money raised through the Merchants Association of Columbia County. And the Carolina Dragway held a Burnout for Kids event at the Children's Hospital today, delivering $10,000 worth of toys just in time for Christmas. The Dragway is a drag racing track in Aiken. You can see from the delivery truck that there are going to be a lot of gifts going around this year. Great things for a lot of kids who are in the hospital for Christmas. Well, still ahead, the Salvation Army falls behind expectations for the Red Kettle campaign. How a national effort could end up hurting a local shelter. That's coming up. Mikkel.
And we are talking about the potential for some record-setting cold temperatures moving in for your Saturday. A low temperature of 12, the forecast low tomorrow, 1 degree shy of the record. Your full forecast comes up next.
9999. Wind damage in parts of the CSRA knocked out power to stoplights in downtown Augusta, downed power lines, closed Columbia Road in Wendover Way. It's been a busy day at the Atlanta airport and in other major cities across the U.S. Hundreds of flights have been canceled all over the country, including ATL. Cancellations and delays all stem from the winter storm hitting several parts of the country. We're going to check in with First Alert meteorologist Mikkel Hannah-Hardy. Mikkel, thanks, Michaela. Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign has become a staple during the holiday season, with volunteers standing outside of storefronts with their bell in a donation box. But this year, officials say the fundraiser fell $50,000 below expectations. News 12's Taylor Martin shows us why this is so important to local shelters.
Belita Smith has volunteered with the Salvation Army for 2 years. Today, she's out spreading holiday cheer and hoping to help the Salvation Army meet their donation goal of $225,000 by tomorrow.
There are way too many people that need help, and way too few that are participating in helping them. So I personally believe that to those that have been given much, it is their obligation to share back.
Chris Bailey with the Salvation Army tells me the Red Kettle campaign is how they provide shelter to those affected by homelessness. If they don't meet their goal for the campaign, they may have to cut back.
That just means we have to tighten our belts. The more donations we get, the more we're able to serve the community, the homeless community that needs it.
He says all donations, whether online or in person, stay local and help keep the lights on at the Center of Hope. Throughout the rest of the evening and all day on Christmas Eve, you'll see volunteers like Belita ringing bells. She says she hopes helping people is as important to others as it is to her.
As a child, I did not realize what the impact was and what they were doing with the money. But as an adult, I do, and it just still makes Christmas that much more special.
Reporting in Augusta, Taylor Martin, on your side.
And there are multiple ways that you can donate to the Red Kettle campaign at local businesses, at the Kroc Center by purchasing a paper kettle for $1 each, or online. We put that link on our website, wrdw.com. Just search Red Kettle. Well, up next, Santa and Mrs. Claus take a little bit of time out of their busy day before Christmas Eve to share a little advice on making the nice list and insights into life in the North Pole. Stick around.
Morning Mix Show. Just head to our site to spread your good cheer, and we hope you have a wonderful new year.
Well, there's just one more day until Christmas Eve, meaning the North Pole is in full swing preparing Santa and his sleigh for that annual trip around the world. Fortunately, Santa and Mrs. Claus were able to take a little bit of time out of their very busy schedule to Zoom with us from the North Pole. During the interview, I got a little bit of advice on how to make the nice list.
Well, a big part of being nice is doing what you're told and being nice to others. It really comes down to the heart. Being a person of good heart puts you on that nice list.
And to be fair, right before that point, he said, I already was on the nice list. I've done a lot of good things this year. He said, it's not coming from me. We also talked about how Santa manages to get around the whole world in just one night and much more. You can watch my full interview with Santa and Mrs. Claus on our website, wrdw.com, and our app as well.
Super selection, super value. Online at johnsrv.com.
The WRDW News app on your Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV store. Even if you cut the cord, you don't have to lose your local news. Just type in or search WRDW, and you've got your local news, first alert weather, sports, and more for free.
On this, we're talking about temperatures as we approach midday tomorrow, only in the mid-20s for most locations for actual temperatures, and still seeing those wind chill values possibly a little bit colder than that. Overall, though, a pretty cold outlook for the holiday weekend as we see temperatures struggling to make it above freezing tomorrow and only in the 30s for Christmas Day.
And before we go, everyone here at News 12 would like to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and an even happier New Year. We hope everyone has a very safe and happy holiday season. If you're traveling, be sure to take it easy on the highways.